Hey, Memphis Mafia kid. Just want to say, hey, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know we did. We had a blast and enjoyed. Had a long weekend. So I hope y'all all had one too. At the last of the video, I was talking about mom and dad and their anniversary and them being together and through somewhat tough times and good times. I mean, I guess they were always great, but uh, I guess to tell these couple of stories that I'm thinking about. Elvis wanted his way, and when he wanted Daddy or anything, uh, he would pretty much kind of do whatever it took. And two, they would. I'm going to tell you a little story, and a lot of times when they'd go out to ride motorcycles or something, they'd fire up, and they may sometimes run out, maybe just Elvis and Daddy or something, real quick while Mama or Linda was uh, getting, getting ready or whatever. But this particular day, uh, Mom had been getting ready, and then I think Daddy had called and mentioned that they were going to probably go out and ride on the motorcycles. And we was at our trailer at Graceland, and I heard the motorcycles crank up. And so I went running in the trailer. I told Mama, I said, Mama, I heard the motorcycles crank up. Well, she's coming down through, and you could hear the motorcycles coming. She's coming down through the out of her bedroom, through the living room, and down the hall out to the back door, still trying to put her boot on. And just as she got at the back door, she caught the tail end of them going out. Oh, she's like, had a fit. So it wasn't but just a short time, like I said, and they was coming back in the gate, and she was standing out in the yard there, right by the back door. And as they come in the back gate, Linda was driving one of the trikes, and Daddy was on the back with her, and Elvis was on one of the trikes. And and he had a guest, I think a nurse or something on the back with him that they just had took out for a quick ride. And as they come back in, like I said, Daddy was sitting on the back with Linda. And as they come back in, he kind of threw his hand up and waved at Mama. And Mama said, and Elvis and Linda and the lady they all just fell out. But that was, that was just Mama. But thought that was a cute little story. Another story to kind of show you, how tough it was sometimes is it was actually Mama's birthday, and Elvis was wanting to do something and had said, that they wouldn't be out long and get back in time for Mama's birthday. And I know the whole day went by and over into pretty late at night, and Daddy finally come pulling up, and of course Mama was somewhat upset, and Daddy's like, well, I got to show you something. And she's like, no, I don't see it. I don't see nothing. You said you'd be back. You know how couples do. And as he was opening the trunk of the Lincoln, she was saying, I don't want to see. Oh my gosh! And Elvis had bought her for her birthday. At that time, it was the new, had just come out radar microwave oven, and just sharing these stories just to show you. I mean, Elvis, he had the heart and he tried to make it up, and I guess sometimes just didn't realize, and not just Mom and Dad, other couples, I'm sure he did too, of the pressures that he probably put on them. But you know what? Like I said, they wouldn't take any of it back. They loved it. And I just thought I'd share those with you. Now, why don't we get into a few questions there?
All right, Tina Kent. What was your favorite year as far as Elvis and his music?
I would have to say, Tina, I would guess go late 60s. I mean, I love Elvis's 50s music and Elvis. I mean, what Elvis can you not love? But probably, I mean, if I had to narrow it down to say my favorite would be the late 60s and all of the 70s, because that's the part that I really, really remember and share. And once again, I mean, Elvis was cool in all those years, but especially the 70s.
All right, Kirkley Thomas asked, have you stayed in touch with Rory?
That's a good question. I stayed in touch with Rory. Oh gosh, it's been a long time. For just a short while afterward, he had moved to Colorado, and they actually had a one during Elvis week. They had a convention at one of the hotels, and me and Roy ran into each other and talked and was catching up. But I guess to answer your question, we have not. I don't even know how. Would love to. So Rory, hey, if you're out there, buddy, and you're seeing this, well, hey, get in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you and shoot the crap over some of the good memories.
Oh, I have a question. Gail Gardner, Teresa, is Danny impatient? You have no idea. I guess. I guess from you growing up having what you want when you want, kind of made you like that. But yeah, you're pretty impatient.
Okay, for one thing, I mean, Teresa gets a question. I mean, I guess we're gonna start calling it Mrs. MMK. No, I'm not impatient.
Oh, you're impatient.
I'm not impatient at all.
Well, you're impatient when we're out shopping and I can't look because you've seen everything and are ready to go.
Well, sure. I mean, and y'all, we're not going to get off the page here, but real quick, just to prove my point. I mean, you can go into the store and you can see. Matter of fact, we just had this conversation during Thanksgiving with Mom and Daddy, and I mean, I can walk through a store and the whole store in about 30 minutes. I mean, you know if you want it, if you don't, but Teresa's.
Okay, your mama's on my side. She agrees.
And puts it back, makes another round and gets it. I mean,
what else you got to do with your time? Yeah. If you want to go shopping with me, sit down, be a good little man, and let me shop.
Whoa! Enough with the little man.
Little man.
She knows that irritates me because her and my granddaughter Laney call me little man, and well, I guess
it's better than little boy, I guess.
Anyway, they don't want to hear this. Get back to the question.
Okay. Tom Johnson asked, were the dogs allowed in Elvis's room?
I'm sure they were. I mean, that was Elvis's home. I know. I don't personally remember any. I'm sure Mom and Dad do. But the ones that I do remember, all the ones he had ran all over Graceland. So I'm sure if he wanted them in his room, they were in his room. So I hope I answered that question for you.
Rob Fields asked, do you guys visit Elvis's grave?
Mom and Dad hadn't been in a long, long time. Me and Teresa went, Teresa?
It was a few years ago.
3, 4 years ago.
About 3 years, I think.
However, nothing. I'm even with my grandparents and my uncles and the rest of our family. I hardly. It's just something that I don't really like to do until it hits me. And then if it hits me, then I'm like, hey, let's go do it. So we do. To answer your question, I mean, we do. It's just not all the time, and it may not. Like I said, it may not be every year. It's just, I think something like that is how the person feels, and that's just, I don't care for things like that.
Okay, last question.
Waiting on you.
Bo Rowland wants to know when we're going to be at Relics in Tupelo.
Bo, I'm glad you asked that. And hey, everybody out there, we're going to be at Relics January the 6th through the 9th. And we're
2022.
2022. You always got a nib in it. But anyway. Yes, and we're planning on hoping a lot of y'all come out. We get to see and spend some time with y'all. I'm going to give you a little hint. We're going, just for those few days, we're going to have a blowout sale on some MMK merchandise. So you get by and see us, and hopefully we'll be able to get you some merchandise. What are you looking at me for?
Well, that was the last question. I'm waiting for you to go wherever you're going to go.
Woman, you're killing me. In case y'all didn't notice, look here. I did trim up a little bit. It was getting kind of thick and bushy. And
Santa Claus.
And Teresa would not leave it alone, and she's been all over me, and I'm just like,
I was fixing to braid it.
Couldn't.
I was gonna braid it.
Couldn't get any peace, so I trimmed it down.
Wow, that happened a long time.
Hey, it happens. But look, y'all, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for the questions. Keep them coming. We love you, and until next time, remember, we always live Elvis.